If you believed that Jackie Christie and Evelyn Lozada's drama was resolved, you might reconsider, since fresh information is coming to light that has the potential to ruin their remaining relationship. The two reality TV stars are reportedly involved in one of the most startling love triangles the Basketball Wives series has ever seen. Based on what fans are saying online, the internet is now certain that Jackie and Evelyn may have been seeing the same guy behind the scenes. Despite the first rumors being small, a few cryptic postings, a few questionable remarks. We're not claiming it's factual, and nothing has been verified. Fans are connecting every dot, reading through every post, and asking the same question in response to the way both ladies have been behaving lately. What really transpired between Jackie, Evelyn, and this unidentified man? Because their recent actions, subtle criticism, scathing captions, and public appearances that seem to scream louder than words have not gone missed. Are we seeing a real-life dispute play out in front of our eyes? Or is this simply another instance of overanalysis by fans? Whatever the truth, one thing is for sure. Things are going to get ugly in this narrative. Jackie Christie and Evelyn Lozada were two women who had accomplished the unthinkable. They had transformed years of tension into what seemed to be harmony until the rumors, leaks, and social media began to pull everything apart. Fans recall Basketball Wives' early seasons, when the two were essentially at odds. Their arguments, confrontations, admissions, and memorable one-liners that had spectators riveted to their screens were the stuff of folklore. However, as the years passed, something changed. Despite not being great friends, they had figured out a way to get along, even going so far as to publicly encourage one another by leaving comments on each other's postings, taking pictures together at events, and discussing growth and maturity in interviews. Up until recently, supporters believed that the shaky ceasefire may endure. Those involved in manufacturing claim that the calm didn't just disappear. The relationship between them shifted because of something or someone. This is where the tale starts. When Evelyn made a remark during a podcast appearance a few weeks ago that fans now see to be a veiled jab, rumors began to quietly surface. She did not mention names since she did not have to, but she did say, "Sometimes people pretend to be your sister just to keep tabs on your happiness." Within hours, rumors circulated in comment sections that Jackie Christie was the sister she was talking to. Days later, Jackie shared a remark on her Instagram story that said, "Some women smile in your face but pray for your fall when the cameras stop rolling." She didn't immediately answer. It was brief and ambiguous, but time was crucial. Once fans immediately made the connection, there was no going back. All at once, the seeming tranquility began to disintegrate. Numerous posters comparing the two women's mysterious remarks were tagging them. Clips from previous episodes were used by gossip accounts to highlight tense scenes that, looking back, seemed like hints. The most intriguing aspect, though? In the comments, the term "man" began to appear. Some fan sites said that the tension started with a fresh face and had nothing to do with past grievances or show turmoil. A male who had been seen with both ladies at various points during the previous several months, according to sources. It seemed to be a harmless coincidence at first. Since Jackie and Evelyn have long been associated with similar social circles, the entertainment circle is tiny. However, only weeks after being seen dining with Evelyn in Los Angeles, a now-deleted tweet from a mutual friend showed the same guy seated next to Jackie at a private event. The internet went crazy. Was he the same person? On X, a fan inquired, "Are they both really seeing him?" Another wrote, "Then, without warning, conjecture became obsession." Production sources started to imply that this mystery man wasn't merely a newbie. Rather, he was said to have connections to the Basketball Wives team. Some said he was a business partner, some said he was a producer, and some even said he had dated another member of the ensemble. If verified, it would indicate that this was a professional matter rather than just a personal one. The two ladies seemed to intensify their quiet as the rumors spread. Evelyn ceased sharing her typical self-portraits and inspirational sayings. Normally active on the internet, Jackie started distributing carefully chosen advertising information instead. It was all business and no emotion, and the flames was simply stoked by that quiet. Subtle changes in tone were noticed by fans. Evelyn didn't make the typical remark when Jackie advertised her next assignment. Jackie took issue with Evelyn's comments on commitment and sisterhood. Both seem to have made the decision to create invisible boundaries in plain sight. Insiders claim that the tension was evident behind the scenes. Production apparently had to break up the two at a recent filming due to a furious off-camera argument. Allegedly, a schedule dispute or misunderstanding sparked the altercation, but as old scars reappeared, it rapidly got out of hand. One insider added, "She mentioned loyalty, and that's when Jackie lost it." It was evident that this went beyond television. Other cast members were reportedly stuck in the middle, attempting to appease both factions. Some sided with Jackie, claiming that she had been falsely accused. Others silently supported Evelyn because they felt she had been deceived by someone she believed she could trust. It was more than simply a dispute. It was the end of a tenuous ceasefire that had been forged over many years. It was difficult to conceal the strain at the end of that night's shooting. The mood, according to crew members, was icy. There was no small chat or laughing, just lengthy, awkward pauses and blank glares. However, none could have foreseen that this quarrel, this private, behind-the-scenes animosity, would soon blow out in the open because someone, whose identity is unknown, reportedly published private communications that altered everything when fans were still attempting to understand what went wrong between Jackie and Evelyn. Within hours, the messages became viral on the internet, suggesting a much closer, more intimate relationship with the individual in issue. Screenshots seemed to depict amorous conversations, rendezvous preparations, and even oblique allusions to production timetables. Before they were swiftly removed, supporters took screenshots of the posts and shared them around. Although Jackie and Evelyn didn't openly address the leak, their behavior was quite clear. Jackie was unfollowed on Instagram by Evelyn. Jackie then deleted every picture of Evelyn from her Facebook. Officially, the friendship era was finished. From that point on, it was about treachery, image, and pride rather than simply rumors or shadow. Two ladies who used to walk the red carpet together suddenly find themselves on opposing sides of the most talked-about dispute on the internet, and it became brutally obvious what everyone was wondering. Did genuine feelings and secrets finally surface? Or was this just another phase of reality TV rivalry? Regardless of the response, one thing was for sure. Jackie and Evelyn's conflict had officially started. Most people believed the screenshots were phony when they originally surfaced. Low-quality, grainy pictures of purported text exchanges and direct messages made it simple to assume that the entire affair had been made up to create drama. However, the timing and specifics of this rumor were what set it apart. Days after one of the most stressful Basketball Wives episodes in recent memory was finished recording, the leak was made public. The performers has been treading carefully, according to those close to the filmmaking process. In addition to controlling communications, Jackie and Evelyn's dispute was splitting the whole program. Therefore, it didn't seem like a coincidence when those texts appeared. Payback was how it felt. Fans had begun referring to the messages purportedly exchanged between the guy as Mr. Clueless statements about meetups. Keeping things low and not letting production find out were inserted by X and one of the ladies. They weren't overt, but they were enough to provoke wildfire rumors. Within hours, fan sites, gossip blogs, and even some former cast members couldn't help but comment on the screenshots. On X, hashtags like $Evelyn caught up and $Jackie exposed were popular. YouTubers hurried to release explainer films in which they dissected the messages frame by frame and examined each tone, timestamp, and emoji. With each new remark and each new anonymous source, the rumor grew into a monster that fed on itself. The potential that Jackie and Evelyn had been connected to the same guy, and that man may have been someone directly involved in production, was what really shocked people, not simply the notion of a covert connection. That's a very fine line to walk in the reality TV industry. Producers are in charge of the story and aren't only behind the scenes. What airs and what remains hidden is up to them. Therefore, it may indicate favoritism, manipulation, or even breach of contract if either lady had a love relationship with someone in that group. All of a sudden, this was more than just rumors. It was a possible scandal that may jeopardize jobs, reputations, and plotlines. The people also demanded explanations. Fans started making connections between unknown dots. Previous behind-the-scenes pictures of Evelyn and Jackie attending events with the same man, once at a charity function and again at a network party, resurfaced. During shooting, several fans reported seeing the guy seated
near to them. Others claim to have seen Evelyn and this producer on-site exchanging flirtatious glances. Then the video went viral after what seemed to be a heated argument with producers. A brief video of Evelyn leaving the set was released. She could be heard mumbling, "I'm not doing this anymore. Y'all know what's going on?" as her microphone remained on. The little footage was sufficient. Everyone thought that "what's going on" was a reference to the purported affair, while Evelyn's side went into full control mode and denied everything. Jackie's camp remained mute. According to a representative, Evelyn was upset about editing choices rather than private issues, and the film was taken out of context. However, the harm had already been done. Once a tale is believed by the internet, the narrative becomes more important than the facts. The storyline was unambiguous. There had been a serious problem behind the scenes. Despite the producer's best efforts to remain silent, sources revealed that emergency meetings were taking place. The network allegedly wants to examine staff conversations, text evidence, and video footage to determine the extent of the problem. According to reports, NDAs were strengthened and certain crew members were instructed not to talk to the media. However, it became larger the more they attempted to control it. The topic had moved from gossip websites to major entertainment publications by the second week. There were headlines everywhere. A love triangle among reality stars could put production at risk. 2 cast members are connected to the same man in Basketball Wives chaos. Producers fear private affairs are. Revealed by leaked messages, Evelyn became silent. Every statement seemed like a stab as Jackie began writing cryptic affirmations about loyalty, treachery, and snakes in the grass. Then, suddenly, the rumor changed once again. According to a source, the individual was hired as a consultant to assist with the show's new direction, rather than as a producer. They said that he had become close to a number of the cast members, providing them with career guidance and storyline advice. However, those professional boundaries became hazy at some point. If such were the case, then neither lady was aware of the other's participation. Both had unwittingly been entangled in the same web. The fans went crazy. Were both sides being manipulated by this man? Did he set them up against one another on purpose? Was production aware of it all along? Online pandemonium reached a new level as a result of such queries. Watchers started playing back previous interviews, highlighting the hidden tension and nuanced body language between Jackie and Evelyn prior to the disclosures. Previously innocuous clips suddenly seemed to be laden. Conversations. The conflict grew to be more significant than the program itself and came to represent how hazy reality TV can get when genuine feelings are involved. The rest of the actors apparently became uneasy behind closed doors. Some were unwilling to choose a side. Others were afraid of getting caught up in the turmoil. Once about rivalries and camaraderie, the show suddenly seemed like a minefield. What about the guy who was at the heart of it all? He disappeared. He made his social media profiles private. His LinkedIn profile vanished. All of a sudden, nobody could get in touch with him, and neither Evelyn nor Jackie would call his name. The enigma was only made more complex by that stillness. There were rumors that the matter had become legal, that contracts had been examined, and that reputations were on the line. According to insiders, the network even contemplated removing the guy from all next episodes in order to prevent further controversy. However, there was sufficient assurance for supporters. They reasoned that why eliminate him if he had nothing to conceal? A few ambiguous remarks and a few screenshots had given rise to the rumor. However, it had become into an unstoppable force by this point. It was no longer about rumors. It was a serious dilemma that would need both ladies to decide whether to openly defend themselves or remain silent. Insiders claim that, despite Jackie and Evelyn's best efforts to remain calm, the strain was intolerable. It was best characterized by one cast member. It was no longer simply drama. It was intimate. Similar to betrayal, true, profound betrayal. The harm was already done. The internet had sided. Everyone was waiting for the next move as fans were selecting teams and rumor sites were tallying views, because what happened next may ruin everything if the rumor had already altered everything. Everything had been rumors for weeks, unsubstantiated, hypothetical. and the kind of conversation you could easily brush off with a simple, "Don't believe everything you see online." Then it did. The incident that made all the difference. A seemingly ordinary day of shooting became one of the most dramatic on-screen altercations in Basketball Wives history. Tensions were already high, according to sources. Evelyn, who is typically composed before situations, was pacing and clearly agitated, while Jackie had been unusually silent all morning. The air was subsequently characterized by crew members as electric, but dangerous. The setup followed, which was a straightforward lunch scenario designed to clear the air. However, as soon as the cameras began to film, it became evident that this was no typical talk. Jackie was the first to lean in. Composed but forceful. "Evelyn, I just want to make sure we're being truthful, because I've been hearing unfounded rumors." Evelyn did not recoil. Smirking, she crossed her arms and murmured, "Maybe you should speak with more qualified individuals, rather than relying just on the internet. If you've been hearing things." There was silence. At the table, a spoon clinking against a glass was the only sound for a few seconds. The moment that would subsequently become the season's most repeated footage, however, came when Jackie took out her phone. She browsed on screen, paused, and swung the phone in Evelyn's direction. "What is this? As it seems to be the same number you used to call last week. Avoid playing with me." The lens panned in. It is said that the producers were unprepared for this moment, but they realized right away that it was gold. The unadulterated feeling, the treachery, and the evidence. Evelyn glanced at Jackie and then at the TV. "You really brought screenshots with you?" Evelyn yelled. "No," Jackie said. "I brought receipts with me." The sound of gasps came from off camera. Then there was mayhem. Evelyn said the texts were edited and that people were attempting to make her seem guilty as she got to her feet and waved her hands. Jackie would have none of it. She said that Evelyn was lying and that she was aware of the man's identity and her actions, shouting. Tears and security intervention erupted in the situation. Before things became violent, crew members had to separate the two, although the whole altercation lasted just a few minutes. It was extended into a moving 20-minute masterpiece when the program aired. For maximum effect, every close-up cutaway and shaky voiceover was edited. And it was successful. Social media took off. Overnight, videos of Jackie declaring, "I came here with receipts," went viral. The music was remixed into memes by fans and utilized for TikTok skits. Jackie's supporters felt she was finally defending herself, while Evelyn's supporters said she was ambushed. However, many were unaware that the action continued after the cameras stopped rolling. Both ladies apparently insisted behind the scenes that certain passages of the debate be cut out, particularly any reference to the man's identity. Lawyers allegedly became involved when producers rejected the idea, claiming it was too integral to the story. Leaked emails reveal heated discussions on what may be shown legally between the network and the representatives of both celebrities. One moment, a private confessional in which Evelyn reportedly started sobbing, was even allegedly cut at the last minute because it was too raw, according to rumors. The mysterious guy was now a shadow, present in every discussion but invisible and unheard. The audience was fixated on figuring him out. Some thought he was Evelyn's former lover. Some believed he had dated Jackie first. Some even conjectured that he was leveraging both ladies in the manufacturing process. There were many hypotheses then. As if predetermined by destiny, a fresh leak emerged. This time from inside the production crew. A well-known gossip blogger received an anonymous email from a crew member asserting that both ladies had dated the same guy, although at separate periods. They said that while the overlap was just a few weeks, there was a significant emotional impact. The insider said that the guy had dated Evelyn first before discreetly beginning to see Jackie, while continuing to stay in touch with Evelyn. When the truth was revealed, they both felt deceived, not just by him, but also by one another. The story was altered by just one leak. Fans started to empathize. Rather than pass judgment, Both ladies were suddenly portrayed as being manipulated, their anguish as genuine and their rage as legitimate. The tone of the internet changed. Empathic comments include, "That man ruined everything. They didn't deserve this, and they should have pursued him instead of each other. Although the public's perception changed, the harm to individuals was irreversible. For weeks, Evelyn reportedly refused to shoot with Jackie. Jackie, on the other hand, posted mysterious messages on Instagram about finding peace and truth and outgrowing fake friends. Then, in one of the season's most surprising actions, Evelyn shared a single narrative that included a blank screen with the words, "Remember who helped you first after you finished playing the victim?" It was sufficient to start the fires again, according to insiders. A sit-down reunion special was scheduled sooner than expected since the producers had to rush to limit the consequences. The objective: to bring the two ladies back together, this time without any filters and with the cameras rolling. An encounter that would completely change the program was about to take place. And it wasn't only about the guy when they eventually faced one another again. It was about redemption, respect, and reputation. Jackie was accused by Evelyn of using a private circumstance for her own publicity. "Evelyn has been hiding behind falsehoods for too long," Jackie said. Neither gave in. It was uncooked, sentimental, unpleasant. Both ladies were crying by the time the cameras stopped. That they were crying from fatigue rather than rage. It was the culmination of years of friendship, rivalry, and suppressed animosity. Furthermore, when the truth was at last known, it merely brought exposure rather than peace. Later, one producer stated, "We didn't shoot reality TV that day. We captured actual life on film. It wasn't beautiful either." However, a twist that would alter everyone's perception of the narrative was about to emerge. Just when it seemed that all may settle, because the truth never remains. Hidden for long in Hollywood, the whole internet was holding its breath by the time reunion week rolled around. Fans were certain that this was the time when Jackie and Evelyn's story would finally come to a head since the teasers had promised. One final revelation that changes everything. However, none anticipated the course of events. Almost too quietly, the filming started. The two ladies, each accompanied by their own glam squads and publicists, arrived hours apart. Producers characterized the mood backstage as tense but fragile. The objective was straightforward: confront the rumors, correct the record, and proceed. However, nothing remains straightforward in the Basketball Wives universe. Small conversation, including old footage, laughing, and a few dodgy jokes, kicked off the evening. The much-anticipated section, the relationship timeline, finally arrived. Behind the presenter, a big screen illuminated with side-by-side pictures of Jackie, Evelyn, and the enigmatic Mr. X, even through their displays. Live viewers could sense the strain. First, the presenter went to Jackie. "People have been speculating for months that you and this guy were more than just buddies. Jackie, could you elaborate on the nature of the relationship?" Jackie inhaled deeply. Her gaze remained fixed. She said cautiously, "We were close. We had a lengthy conversation. Whether you're wondering whether we were together, the answer is no. Like everyone else, I was deceived." Evelyn's eyebrow went up. "Lied to? Please, girl." The delicate tranquility was shattered by that one phrase. Jackie whirled to face her, her voice blazing. "You believe he was merely playing with you? You think that's true?" Evelyn retaliated. "At least I wasn't lurking around pretending to be innocent while making fun of people online." The room exploded. Producers spoke into earpieces, cast members gasped, and the presenter attempted to reassure them. However, in the confusion, a producer entered the stage with a folder. For a moment, everyone was frozen. This was not anticipated. The crowd sensed the bewilderment. The presenter was genuinely shocked when the producer whispered something to her. After he paused and looked at the ladies, he remarked, "I was merely given something that... Apparently, we must all see... He raised the folder. Printouts of confirmed, time-stamped, and cross-checked emails and SMS messages were included. Fans weren't the source. They came from the internal examination of the network. The host inhaled deeply. It turns out that there was a miscommunication and that there is a much larger story behind this. The whole story twisted. As the papers flickered on screen, Jackie and Evelyn were not the only ones who had been in contact with Mr. X. The emails revealed that the guy had been working on different advertising arrangements with both ladies at the same time, gaining their confidence via private discussions. He reportedly gave them selective information on one another, which fueled their rivalry and increased social engagement and program ratings. That is to say, the conflict was contrived rather than natural. The audience let out a gasp. Jackie's face became white. Evelyn sat quietly, taking in each word. The treachery struck them both simultaneously. Jackie answered slowly, "You mean to tell me that this guy has been playing us both while we've been fighting?" The host said, "Not just you two. It's for financial gain. He was also giving blogs access to production details." The crowd burst into whispers. What began as a controversy involving love and devotion had evolved into something much more. A conspiracy to manipulate people for financial gain that set two strong women against one another over opinions. Jackie gave a headshake. "I believed she was coming for me all along. And he was always the one. At last, with tears in her eyes, Evelyn spoke. "We trusted him, so we granted him authority. And he had us battle for a narrative with it." That was a powerful sentence. The two competitors simply sat there for a while, silent and recognizing each other without any shade or insults. Since then, the individual has been removed from all network initiatives, the host verified. For viewers, the twist was crucial. Even if legal teams were reportedly looking into the matter, and the network was taking steps to protect cast members from future manipulation. Overnight, the story changed on the internet. Trending hashtags included #Jackie and Evelyn Unite. Reconciliation was being cheered by those who had previously fueled the hatred. Memes shifted from derision to praise, applauding the two ladies for facing reality. Softer now, the reunion went on. Evelyn and Jackie did not embrace, but they acknowledged that they had both been deceived, abused, and harmed. "We allowed someone to split us apart," Jackie said in a firm voice. "But this is where it ends." "Today is the last day," Evelyn said. There was a cheer from the crowd, and in a rare, spontaneous moment, the two ladies did agree to a truce not to be friends, but to stop allowing others to take advantage of their suffering. Producers were astounded by what they had caught as the credits rolled up. Tale that began as scandal and ended as salvation. Even still, not everyone was persuaded. Some fans claimed that the emails were fake to repair reputations before the following season, and that the expose was merely another public relations gimmick. Some contended that the feelings were too genuine to be phony. In any case, the unexpected turn of events revealed how brittle celebrity can be and how readily the truth can be twisted when the cameras are always running, bringing Jackie and Evelyn's dispute full circle. After the reunion, Jackie shared a single picture of herself and Evelyn seated across from one another with the following caption: "The truth always surfaces." Finally, without warning, the internet went crazy once again. Millions of views, many analysis videos, and yet another round of conjecture flooded the feeds in a matter of hours. After beginning with betrayal, the tale finished with two women taking back control of their own story. However, as one admirer so well put it, until the next season, it might be over. 'Cause if Basketball Wives has taught us anything, it's that secrets are never really hidden. And there it was, the last turn of events that no one anticipated. What started out as rumors of treachery developed into a complex web of deceit, covert plans, and emotional ramifications that neither Evelyn nor Jackie could have foreseen. Captured in the whirlwind of reality TV celebrity, two resilient women discovered they had been battling the wrong foe all along. When the truth eventually came to light, it was about power, control, and the price of spending your life in the spotlight. It wasn't just about one guy. Fans saw Jackie and Evelyn exchange insults, criticism, and side eyes for years. This time, however, the cameras caught something different. a unique look at responsibility, and, quite shockingly, progress. Perhaps the whole incident serves as a reminder that the tale is never fully revealed on film. Our perceptions are shaped by the producer's contracts and motivations that lay behind every dramatic scene and viral moment. Even if Jackie and Evelyn didn't confirm all of the rumors, their responses were quite telling. They were human, hurt, angry, but adamant on getting back to the truth. What comes next then? Is it likely that more secrets will come to light soon? Or do you believe this ceasefire will last? Was this a genuine moment of resolution? Or was it just another plot point that was well-timed for the next season? Let us know what you think. Please share your opinions in the comments section below. Which side do you support? And do you think the twist affected everything? To ensure that you don't miss the next breakdown when the drama resumes, remember to like, subscribe, and activate the notification bell, because the next explosion is always just one episode away. Serenity is fleeting, and secrets are money in the world of reality TV. This narrative may be coming to an end, but what's the actual tea? The brewing is still ongoing.